Our research for Forgotten Delmarva often involves skimming through some local history books. In a folklore book by Vernon Giffen, I found a story called The Bloody Bridge, where it says that some years ago before the blacktops came, there's a road between Deal Island Road and Mount Vernon Road. Wait a minute, we were just in Mount Vernon. I never heard anything about this. I then checked a map. Sure enough, there apparently was a bridge here at some point in time. Of course, that means we need to spend dozens of hours doing research to find out what happened to the road and originally the truth of this folklore story. The Bloody Bridge was apparently a wooden bridge that went across the stream where both blacks and whites met. Mary Collins was one of that group. But one night, she met a stranger. Oh, we're suited up. It's August. It's 85 degrees out, but me and Chuck were out here ready to explore and see what we can find. Because as you see on the sign up here, it says road closed for repairs until, and there's no date. Luckily we come prepared. Chuck, like I said, I just pulled out a machete out of nowhere.
Just like that.
Ow!
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I'm gonna twist my ankle at some point. This is why we suit up even when it's 85 degrees. I don't know what we're touching out here plant-wise. Looks like some bugs in this plant. And you always need a buddy system when you're kind of in places like this, because if you fall or get paralyzed, you're on your own. How's your cell phone reception?
Oh, I didn't turn it on.
Chuck and I are walking the entire path of Firehouse Road, where the road is closed, to try to find this bridge. What is this? Who built this? The earliest reference I could find to the drawbridge was in 1913, when there was a public sale. We also found the levy notes, where it says they were building the drawbridge, and reference to Venton, Monie, Drawbridge Road. In 1966, it was obvious the bridge was no longer used. Well, predictions were correct. That thing looked like it was level on the road from back there, but it's elevated and it's a deer stand. How old is this thing still being used? That's the question. Because how the hell are they getting into this thing?
Yeah, and it doesn't look like...
Well, that's our first evidence of civilization. Posted private property, no trespassing. Yeah, on that. So why was this abandoned? Is going to be our question of the day, and let's think about that as we progress and discover things. Because that bridge was never rebuilt. It was repaired and it had been around since the 1800s, but it hasn't been here in years. Why? And why close the whole road? Is it because the residents moved? There's no houses around us. Trying to keep my balance, hold a machete, and do camera at the same time. So if people ever critique the blurriness, I also have a net over my head for mosquitoes right now. So there's a lot of things going on. That's in this one's flower web. Yeah, this is a few decades worth of...
Absolutely, there's no way that anybody's been back here.
Is that seashell?
It looks like it. So that means that the water comes up there.
Oh, that's a bone.
The bone?
Yeah.
Want me to pull it out?
If you want to touch it. Looks like a head of an animal. We finally found some shade. And we found another little hut, which I believe is another deer stand. And we run into pollution. This is well constructed. Someone's not using this for just the weekend. I'm thinking though that that's their property over there. And they're just coming from that way. Mary met a stranger at the bridge and was murdered in a racially motivated attack. From then on, the little bridge turned red anytime it rained. She was buried in a local cemetery. However, when the bridge was torn down, the blood no longer appeared. However, I checked the local cemetery records, and there's no Mary Collins there. There's a few Mary Collins that appear in census records. However, none of them seem to line up with the timeline or the age that Mary would have been at when this bridge existed. Oh, it's a miracle. I see water. Water!
Water!
Well, if anybody did this before us, Chuck, they better document it. I think the ditch is gone. There's another sign for another property. But we stayed on a public road. What in the world? Seriously? This used to be a parking lot?
As you can see, this is not for everybody. You might want to help us, but you don't realize what we go through just to get this stuff documented for you.
I'm out of breath. Chuck's out of breath. We did find a parking sign though, which I thought was pretty funny. So this is where you're supposed to park?
Yeah.
Why tear the parking lot out, not take the side out? We got a little more to go this water though. There's no road here at all. That whole thing was stripped or overgrown. I haven't seen anything like that or that mile of stretch. We just walked about a mile and a half in this jungle.
of Somerset County. Just got a little bit more to go. Oh my God, I can't even see the ground. Hey, help me out afraid of snakes. It's gonna get wet, okay? Just feel yourself sink. You're not gonna go that far. It's not quicksand. Oh my God. We're getting wet, real wet. Again, this is why we do not come back here by ourselves. What? We're almost there. Just don't walk where I just walked. Walk on this platform, okay? Careful.
I'm stuck.
You're not stuck. There is no I in quit. Well, I just went down. All right, Chuck, need help? I see high land. Whoa, don't step there.
Where I can't do it.
You can. Chuck, if you can get through this, you can get through anything. I must walk a little bit more, see how far I am, okay?
I'll stay right here.
All right. You got a whistle? Okay. So I have to abandon Chuck, unfortunately. If I fall down this marsh, though, that's the fun part.
Yeah, I can't do it, bro. I'm having anxiety.
All right, well, stay. Are you gonna head back, or you gonna what?
I don't want to leave you out here by yourself.
You all right, Chuck?
I made it to the end. Unfortunately, I had abandoned Chuck and I can't hear him anymore. But at low tide, you can still see parts of the old drawbridge.
Yeah, the deer track goes right down here. Murky. You see the poles. Yeah, the drawbridge came right here.
Now just for making my way back.
I lost Chuck. I don't know where he's at. He said he's heading back. I'm gonna call and I say, Chuck! No answers or anything. However, there are instantations of walking this way. All right, this isn't that funny anymore. I got about a 0.4 mile to back to the parked car. I have not seen any evidence of Chuck, other than a few little passageways that I think he may be walking on. I did see that spider again though, so he didn't walk into the spider web. But I haven't seen him on this at all. I thought he'd stop at the deer stand. He didn't stop there. When I last saw him, he said he's gonna go back and seek shade. I thought he would have stepped. What the hell, this is for sale? Oh my God. Oh, who's gonna see that sign? Well, just see the end. Hopefully he made it here. I was doing this. Oh. Well, Chuck, I never thought I'd be so happy to see you. Because I seriously thought you passed out in the marsh and I was gonna have to DNR fly a helicopter over.
I thought you got stuck. I kept yelling for you.
No, I made it to the water. Somebody has boards down there to stand on, and there's like 2 creeks in between. And it looked like one used to go over top of the creek, but it's since been destroyed. So I sat there for a minute. I got, it looks like Dale Island out there where you can get kind of the whole scenic route. So Chuck, I don't think that was the most dangerous mission, but it was definitely the most difficult. Me and Chuck just passed through probably about 1.7 miles of a road that doesn't exist. I mean, you can even see this road. This is where you could actually still drive on. It's to get full of weeds. That's 10 times worse. It really is like a jungle. It started to get really, really difficult when we started reaching the water with the marsh. Chuck, unfortunately, could not make it. I thought I lost Chuck for a minute there. But Chuck, what are your feelings?
Thought I was gonna die.
In order to get some more answers, it's time to make some phone calls. Let's start with the county.
This is Chuck McMillen. I'm calling inquiring about the gate that is put up on Firehouse Road. There's a sign on there that says closed until, and there's no date.
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't have any information because our control of the road ends with the paving. So where that gate is private.
So where the gate is private. Who put the gate up?
I guess whoever owns the property.
Forest Service. So I found out that property actually part of Maryland National Estuarine Research
Maryland?
System.
A guy got back to me from the DNR and he mentioned that Firehouse Road will never be open again. There's a parking lot located back there and there is a gate up now and they have no intentions on opening the road back up. There's currently a property back there for sale, perfect for hunting.
The next road over is McIntyre Road. And through some property records, I found out the family's been living there for a long time. Let's see if they have any answers.
Just that, there was a drawbridge there. If you go to the Soil Conservation Office, the first aerial photographs they ever took of the area, I think it was 1938, and the bridge is still there at the time. It wasn't in use, I don't think.
Any idea who put that gate up on that road?
Well, actually, some of the us and some of the other property owners did because people were going back there and destroying the road.
Oh, wow.
Us in DNR.
Do you know when that went up, or whether the road closed? Yeah, I was assuming for decades.
They still maintained it up through the, I don't know, probably the 70s or so, maybe 80s.
Thanks to Mike's information, I booked an appointment at the Soil Conservation Office with Roger Smith, who said he had some aerial photographs.
This is 1938. These are 38. And this right here, I'm assuming you're wanting to look at the bridge.
Yeah, so it's there in 1938.
In 38, it was obvious. I mean, it was still being probably being used. This is a 58 flight, and with the 58 flight, this is the same area.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell by looking at it that it was probably not being used then, but it was still visible.
Wait,
See the
so that's the
that's it
creek.
right there.
Okay.
Yes. Here's the Firehouse Road coming.
What shows that it wasn't being used?
Well, just the way that it's broken and not as vivid
Okay, yeah,
as the 38 flight was. I have 64s here, and with the 64, this is Firehouse Road. And
Yeah,
the bridge is pretty well, it's gone. I would imagine it was a wooden bridge and it probably started falling in.
Yeah, when I went to it, the posts are still there, but
Pilings is
it wasn't very wide. I can show you that. It was like a horse and buggy going across of it.
Yeah, it was probably just a single lane road, single lane bridge. I actually believe over the years the creek has widened. It's widened a little bit, but you can still see the road coming through the woods.
That says someone was murdered at that bridge, and that the bridge used to turn bloody at certain parts of the night.
Oh yeah?
I
Never heard that before.
None of the locals we've asked so far have even heard of this folklore story. However, we still need to investigate the other side of Drawbridge Road from West Princess Anne. For now, I'm gonna try paddling out.
Alright, I'm on my phone right now, so the quality of the video is going down a little bit, but this lobe I had now, there's Chuck to us a photo video on the other end. We can't see where the drawbridge was. There's posts still here. Also, there's ripped them from the top left from there. I'm on a paddleboard still. There's some boards left, which were probably part of the bridge at one point in time. And that's the trail I was at earlier today. About right here is where I started hitting a lot of mud, and I could not paddle down that way at all. It was very, very difficult to walk through that path, by the way. You can see where some deer probably came down. I doubt anybody's trying to fish from there again. It was really, really hard to get through all of that. The big thing I'm seeing is that this bridge did not seem very, very wide. I'll boat to pass here. I'm gonna see how deep this water is. Yeah, it's definitely a fishing hook. Oh, it's been there. This is a crazy beautiful view from this abandoned house.
Hello? 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 There's no way to get to the dock. Maybe the house steps will be intact for me to go up. Not sure. There's looks like it used to be an awesome place at one time. Definitely somebody's been squatting in here. As you can see, it's a fresh bed with a book open up. I am not stepping out on that dock though. On the deck, I mean, because that looks bad. There's the deck and dock he was talking about right there. This looks like it was a really nice place at one point in time. I mean, this is a stellar spot. Look at the view. I mean, the view is amazing. You can tell it looks like kids have been coming up here and just breaking stuff. So they had office supplies, like they did some kind of office work or something, I'm not sure. But I'm not going to stay in here much longer. I mean, that Kingsford does not look that old. Looks like an 80s. I'm going to assume 80s was the last time this place was occupied. Maybe late early 90s. That's always fun when the door closes on its own. So that's the mad face. Pussy's in that door. Dick's in that door. And then herp, crabs, and cum, I'm assuming. Look at that beautiful sunlight there. No leaks, huh? Look at that tile work there, baby.
This house by the old drawbridge could hold some answers. Through some property records, I found out the house here was built in 1990. The property records were traced back as far as we could. In 1916, it mentions the drawbridge going to Habnab, which was the old name of Benton. The same thing happens in the 1907 deed. This 1905 deed is really important though, because the description mentions the Great Monie Creek and bounding on said creek over the new county road leading to and over said creek. Bingo, there's the answer, 1905. The 1877 atlas has nothing on the side of Mount Vernon going down Firehouse Road. However, on the other side, there are a few inhabitants near where that abandoned house is. Not the original house, but people are living along that creek, including the Dashells and McIntyre families. It's a very eerie feeling out here with this lonely creek, and the bridge no longer exists. I want to try coming here at night to see if anything was different. I want to test the underwater drone to see what's underneath this creek.
So yeah, it turned nightfall, and this place is really creepy at this time. There's no light other than the moon right now. I do notice a lot of fish though. They're all over the place, and I'm along a light source. They're all across the shore. Yeah, I'm assuming that's for the old drawbridge right there.
While making this episode, my friend shared a photograph of a forgotten bridge while Comico County. We have more work to do.